the big question is, how did I sleep last night? Well, I could have done better. Both Miriam and I find that sleeping sometimes can be challenging, just to get a good night's sleep and get comfortable. It was a bit sticky, a little humid last night. Something about me, I don't like that. It was very high level of humidity. So everything, and since you're dealing with nylon, everything, nylon tent, nylon sleeping bag, the outer membrane of your air mattress is a nylon. It gets a little tacky, and plus I was aware that the walls of the tent had a little bit of condensation on them this morning. So, a little sticky. And my neighbors, one of them thought it was appropriate to intermittently run his generator till 11:30 last night, when it's supposed to be quiet time is 10 o'clock. No generators, no loud music. But apparently he thought it was more important that he have electrical power than the rest of us get any sleep. So that, and it was just hard to get used to the air mattress. I haven't slept on the air mattress in a long time. Kept waking up a lot. I think I'm going to do okay today. It's just going to take time to get used to sleeping in a non-traditional sleeping arrangement. You know, that's just the way it is. Whether or not we're going to integrate this into our big trips remains to be seen. Depends on, you know, if we can fine-tune this. Another thing I came across today is, I should eat my breakfast before it gets cold, but I want to share this first. Gear. I brought too much gear. I knew going into this trip I was going to carry too much gear. My philosophy was, better to have too much than not enough. The only problem is it's packed well, so it's organized well, so I can find it. But when you get to where you're going and you start spreading it out, well, just take a look around here. I've got food bag, kitchen bag, my support pack, my camp support pack, my electrical bag with my laptop, and this is my new gadget, which I haven't talked about yet. It's a power pack, or I'm not sure exactly what the name is. It's a portable generator, uses a lithium-ion battery that you can plug things into. It's got an inverter, and you can charge it either from your cigarette lighter in your car, plug it into your household current, or a solar panel. And it's coming in handy. I've already charged my phone a couple times, camera batteries. I got to charge the Prism camera that goes on the headset here in a minute. So that's handy. Wish I'd done more research, but it was small, portable, inexpensive, relatively inexpensive, so I didn't pick that up. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my breakfast, guys, so I'll give you a more detailed report later. But a lot to digest, a lot to digest. One of the other objectives of the trip was to see how many of the park concessions were back in service. Big Meadows Lodge has the only gas station in the park, and I found it to be open. I do recommend you keep an eye on your gas gauge. Should Big Meadows not be open or they're out of gas, the next nearest gas station is 19 miles away. For those of you who have not visited Shenandoah National Park, here is a brief summary of how to access the park and services that are available. The main roadway through the park running north and south is the 105-mile Skyline Drive, which rides the ridge line along the parkway. The park starts in the area of Front Royal, Virginia, which is milepost 0, and is accessible by Interstate 66. It ends at Rockfish Gap, just outside of the town of Waynesboro, at mile marker 105, and is accessible by Interstate 64. As of this recording, you may notice on the website there is some comments about the southern entrance being closed because of a rock slide on US 250. However, this does not actually affect the entrance to the park, just one of the two on-ramps going into the park. There are two other entrances into the park. One is on US Route 211 at mile marker 32. Gas is available just 10 miles off the Skyline Drive in the town of Luray, Virginia. The other is US Route 33, with a gas station and convenience store about 4 miles from the park. Accommodations. The park features 2 lodges and 1 area of cabin rentals. The first is Skyline Lodge at mile marker 42, and the Big Meadows Lodge at mile marker 52. Lewis Mountain Campground has cabins available for rent at mile marker 58. Food services available through the park. Elk Wallow at mile marker 22 offers fast food type food service. The Skyline Lodge at mile marker 32 offers a full service menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a pub with pub fare. Big Meadows Lodge and the Bird Visitor Center at mile marker 52 offers a full service restaurant for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a pub with pub fare. The Bird Visitor Center, which is just about a mile from the Big Meadows Lodge, has a full-service camp store with a good selection of snacks and refrigerated items. Lewis Mountain Campground at mile marker 58 also has a camp store with a selection of snacks and refrigerated items. Loft Mountain Visitor Center and Campground at mile marker 81 has a camp store, again with a selection of refrigerated and snack items. The snack bar, which typically serves hot fast food type service, is not going to be open this season. Besides offering the practical, such as a place to stay, food to eat, and gasoline for your fuel tank, there are countless number of nature trails which lead to some pretty spectacular views, and one pretty famous trail runs through the park. And when you're tired of that, there are plenty of gift shops along the route to indulge yourself. Well, I think I need to get home, dump some video, do some laundry, and unpack. And spend some time thinking about the lessons learned for this trip. I've got a lot to think about. Overall, even with less than a perfect night's sleep, I'll have to call this trip a success. I completed my first camping trip in over 10 years, and it didn't turn out too awfully bad. Oh, a note about the upcoming meetup over the July 4th weekend. We'll be back at the Big Meadows Lodge hosting a short ride of about 65 miles round trip with a picnic lunch somewhere along the route. Other details will be worked out within a week or so, and please check our Facebook page for updates on that. So if you care to join us, we would look forward to meeting you guys. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And until the next adventure, y'all take care.
Wanna get gone.